With the 2025 NFL Draft now behind us, I think it's the perfect time to return to report card season.
Harmon's a good player. He did have some injury concerns. For now, it's Derek Harmon, and I give it a B-.
So, without further ado, let us dive into our grades for all 32 first-round picks of the 2025 NFL Draft. Number 32, Josh Simmons, Kansas City Chiefs. A. With no other roster weaknesses, we figured that the Chiefs would address the O-line that was torn apart by the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl 59. Simmons was a great value pick for the Chiefs, with many believing that he'd be a top 20 pick. Number 31, Jihad Campbell, Philadelphia Eagles. A+. One day, rival GMs will stop letting top defensive players slip to the Eagles on the board. Clearly, they have not learned from what happened with Jalen Carter, Cooper DeJean, and Quinion Mitchell. Number 30, Maxwell Hairston, Buffalo Bills. C+. Cornerback was a position of need for the Bills, but Hairston was, well, a bit of a surprise here. Michigan's Will Johnson, the consensus top cornerback in this year's class, was available to Sean McDermott and company. Number 29, Josh Connerly Jr., Washington Commanders. A. Jaden Daniels ought to be a happy man, huh? The Commanders traded for Pro Bowl offensive tackle Laramie Tunsil in March, then added another stud blocker up front in the Oregon product. Tyleik Williams, Detroit Lions, B-. This is one of the bigger surprises of round one. The Lions reached for the Ohio State defensive tackle in this spot, but we also thought that they were going to be better off taking another edge rusher to complement Aiden Hutchinson. Number 27, Malachi Starks, Baltimore Ravens, A+. Sheesh. Look, the Ravens defense has been a weakness against Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, but now it is suddenly a Starks, Hamilton, Humphrey defensive back trio that is going to put Baltimore in a great spot to shut down whatever is thrown their way. Absolutely unfair. Number 26, James Pierce Jr., Atlanta Falcons. C. Another draft stunner saw the Falcons acquire the number 26 and 101 picks from the Los Angeles Rams, with LA receiving the number 46 and 242 picks and a 2026 first-rounder. Fair or not, the price that Atlanta paid has to be considered for this grade. The Falcons already used their initial first-round pick on Jalen Walker, so did they really have to give up a probable top 20 pick in 2026 to move up for Pierce? Number 25, Jackson Dart, New York Giants, B-. Honestly, we have zero issues with the Giants trading up to get a QB. Dart was never going to be a day one starter. The Giants already said Russell Wilson is the QB1, so hey, Dart is in a pretty good spot to learn behind the veteran Pro Bowler. Number 24, Donovan Jackson, Minnesota Vikings. A. Jackson is the final piece of the puzzle on a reshaped O-line that already has two quality tackles in Brian O'Neill and Christian Darrisaw. This could be the league's best unit within a couple of years, folks. Number 23, Matthew Golden, Green Bay Packers, A+. Oh my God! Finally, at long last, the wait is over. Green Bay took Texas wideout Matthew Golden to end the drought and address their main organizational need. Golden, a consensus top 15 prospect, should have gone way earlier. Number 22, Omarion Hampton, Los Angeles Chargers, A+. The Chargers signed Najee Harris to a one-year deal, yes, but he is not super explosive and does not offer as much as a receiver. By using their first-round pick on Hampton, the Chargers now have a scary RB tandem similar to the David Montgomery-Jahmyr Gibbs tandem in Detroit. Number 21, Derek Harmon, Pittsburgh Steelers, B-. We like Harmon the player, but the Steelers already have an elite front seven led by TJ Watt, Cameron Hayward, Alex Highsmith, and Patrick Queen. Harmon is a luxury, not a necessity. Number 20, Jahdae Barron, Denver Broncos, A+. The Broncos already have the league's reigning defensive player of the year, Patrick Surtain II, leading their secondary. They signed ex-San Francisco 49ers Pro Bowler Talanoa Hufanga to bolster it. And now they have another elite shutdown corner in Barron to strengthen that unit? Oh, baby. Number 19, Emeka Egbuka, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, C. What are the Bucs doing here? They already have a top-tier pass-catching tandem in Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, plus 2024 third-round pick Jalen McMillan, who had an absolutely stellar rookie year. There's only one football to throw. Number 18, Gray Zabel, Seattle Seahawks, A. Zabel addressed a need for the Seahawks' leaky O-line, which, has been a bit of an issue for a while now. He slots in as a day one starter who allowed just one sack at North Dakota State last season per Pro Football Focus. Number 17, Shamar Stewart, Cincinnati Bengals, B+. Either Stewart and Trey Hendrickson can form a problematic pass rushing duo, or Stewart takes over as the leader on defense if Hendrickson ends up getting traded. But hey, either scenario kind of works for Cincy. Number 16, Walter Nolan, Arizona Cardinals, A. The Cardinals allowed 126.4 rushing yards per game last year. But don't think that's going to be much of a concern for Jonathan Gannon's group anymore. Not after snagging perhaps the best run stopper in this year's class. Number 15, Jalen Walker, Atlanta Falcons. A+. Now, as much as we question the trade up for Pierce, this was one of our favorite picks of day one. The Falcons have not had a player hit double-digit sacks in a season since Vic Beasley in 2016. And Walker, well, he promises to be a difference maker right away for Raheem Morris and company. Number 14, Tyler Warren, Indianapolis Colts. A-. We're not sure if Anthony Richardson is the long-term guy in Indy or not, but what we can tell you is the Colts' next long-term starter is now set up beautifully with Warren, Michael Pittman Jr., Josh Downs, and Jonathan Taylor as their main weapons. Number 13, Kenneth Grant, Miami Dolphins. C. Miami certainly had other roster holes to address, including cornerback with Jalen Ramsey on his way out. With the league's 9th worst run D last year, we're not sure how much more Grant moves the needle here. Number 12, Tyler Booker, Dallas Cowboys. C. Guard was a need with Zach Martin retiring, but I don't know. We thought Dallas would take a receiver or running back here. I mean, they're still okay with CeeDee Lamb being the only game-changing target for Dak Prescott? Okay, sure. Booker was also a bit of a reach here. Actually, he was a big-time reach. Dallas really could have just traded down and gotten him a few picks later, but hey, whatever, to each their own. Number 11, Michael Williams, San Francisco 49ers. A. Having lost Dre Greenlaw, Leonard Floyd, and Javon Hargrave, the 49ers had to do something to upgrade the front seven. Well, Williams is a plug-and-play guy with big game experience, who should fill in quite nicely as Nick Bosa's new sidekick off the edge. Number 10, Colston Loveland, Chicago Bears. A+. Since GM Ryan Poles already fixed up the offensive line in free agency and the trade route, it only made sense for the Bears to take another playmaking weapon for Caleb Williams. Loveland gives Williams a reliable third-down security blanket and red zone target to complement DJ Moore and Rome Odunze. Number 9, Kelvin Banks Jr., New Orleans Saints. B. Hey, we love Kelvin Banks, the prospect, hence the high grade here. But, we really thought the Saints would go QB. Or, I don't know, wide receiver, or, heck, even cornerback. Number 8, Teteroa McMillan, Carolina Panthers. A-. This might have been a slight reach for the Arizona wideout, but hey, we also wanted the Panthers to get a weapon for Bryce Young. But all in all, it's hard to complain. Number 7, Armand Membu, New York Jets. A+. The Jets O-line lost 2024 starters Tyron Smith and Morgan Moses, so I suppose it isn't all that surprising to see them take an offensive lineman here. And hey, just saying, Membu was the best one available. Number 6, Ashton Jeanty, Las Vegas Raiders. A. Practically every mock draft had the Raiders take in the Boise State running back. Was there ever really any doubt here? Jeanty joins a Raiders team led by run-first head coach Pete Carroll. They traded for Geno Smith to fulfill the QB position, and, well, we haven't even mentioned Brock Bowers or Jacoby Myers yet. Number 5, Mason Graham, Cleveland Browns. B+. We had Graham being a top 5 in our mock drafts, but it was kind of a surprise to see Cleveland take him here after trading out of the number 2 spot. Hey, we love Graham the prospect and feel kind of bad for opposing teams that must account for him and Myles Garrett simultaneously. Number 4, Will Campbell, New England Patriots. A. Campbell joins a rebuild Pats O-line that added Garrett Bradbury and Morgan Moses in the offseason. Having signed Stephon Diggs to give May his new number 1 receiver is hard not to love. The Pats are starting strong in year 1 of the Mike Vrabel era. Number 3, Abdul Carter, New York Giants. A+. Big Blue just could not pass on the Penn State edge rusher, who adds more juice to a Giants pass rush featuring Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, and Dexter Lawrence. Remember, the G-Men had a top-tier front 7 in each of their 4 Super Bowl winning seasons. They're following the blueprint that led the franchise to its golden years. Number 2, Travis Hunter, Jacksonville Jaguars. A+. The Jags paid a premium to move up 3 spots via the Cleveland Browns and take the Heisman Trophy winner. But when you're getting a generational talent and the best prospect in this year's class, I think it's worth it. Number 1, Cam Ward, Tennessee Titans. A. Ward isn't quite a sure thing to succeed like the other recent first overall picks in Joe Burrow and Caleb Williams, but still, the upside is far too high for a QB-needy Titans team to pass up on. The Titans haven't had a truly elite QB since prime Steve McNair 2 decades ago. Ward carries an explosive dual-threat game and will be the star if the Titans properly are able to build around him. But hey, who do you think won and lost the first round of the 2025 NFL Draft? Let us know in the comments section below. If you liked this video and learned a thing or two, then hey, clicking the like button helps us out a ton, and you know, we really appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, then subscribing is a great idea, because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.